Hey everybody, so I apologize for the sort of clickbaity title, but I figured learning how to type is a little bit too boring, so here we go. What I want to talk about today is typing, and I don't mean just like the physical act of writing something down using a keyboard. Typing actually refers to a specific method of doing that. So what I want you to do, next time that you go to type up a paper or an email or anything else, go ahead and take a look at your hands, and if you're not using all 10 of your fingers to type, then this applies directly to you. So if that is the case, I want to talk about learning a specific method of typing. So the easiest way to do that, we're looking for a website called freetypinggame.net. So we can just go into Google, search free typing game, and it should be the first one. Here we go, it's going to be the first hit. So yeah, the website obviously looks a little bit shady. Definitely is covered in ads and everything else that would normally be a red flag. But it actually has some really good information here and some pretty good typing software and games to go with it. So especially if you're not at all familiar with this method, you're going to want to start with free typing lessons. So we'll just click on this Learn Now button under that. Do lesson 1, do start lesson. So I'm going to kind of walk you through the first one and explain what's going on. And from there, you should be able to take it for yourself. So we'll hit start. So I have the screen here. You can see that we kind of have our hands overlaid on the keyboard and then another image of our hands on the lower right and lower left corners. If you look at the color coding, basically each of your fingers is going to be responsible for one entire area of the keyboard. So it's sort of like a zone defense in football or basketball if you want to use that analogy. And so what these lessons are going to do is give you practice using each of your fingers on the keys that they're designated for. So this first one here, you can see our fingers should be over A, S, D, F, J, K, L, and then the semicolon key. This is what's called the home row. And anytime we start typing, we're going to start kind of from this position. So if I want to start the lesson, I'm going to hit F with my left index finger, then hit J with my right index finger, then I'm going to press the space bar with either one of my thumbs. So this will give us a little bit of practice here. So basically, the software is just mapping out what I'm doing. So the little kind of ghost hands you see on the screen are following what I'm doing right now in real time. And what this is eventually going to allow you to do is type way faster than you're currently typing. So as you start doing this is something that you'll want to do a little bit at a time, kind of work through the lessons whenever you get a chance. And then there are little games you can play to go along with them that I think are kind of fun. They're a little bit goofy, but I think it's a really good way to practice. And what you're going to find as you're working through these is that initially it's going to be much slower than you're used to typing. Especially if you're used to, like I said, just kind of looking at each individual key and going for it. You've probably gotten used to that. Once you get really good at this, though, it's going to be very easy to get faster. And so 60 words a minute is kind of one of the first big landmarks. Obviously here they're trying to get you to 15 words a minute. Once you start doing this, you can actually hit 60 pretty quickly. And once you do that, you do the math, you should be able to type up an 800-word essay in about 13 minutes. So that's all for today. Thanks for watching this, and I will talk to you guys soon.